So a peacock will not. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you want.
Ariana? Right. Do you hear that, Ariana?
So it should be a peahen. A peahen will lay the eggs, but not a peacock, because that is the male version. Was that a sneaky question?
That was a very sneaky question.
It was. Now I'm typing. Yeah, I have a question here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you even caught me on that one, because I was thinking rate. Yes.
Okay, now I've typed the text for the next question. I've emailed, or I've just messaged to you now. What is it that you throw away the outside and you then cook the inside? And then you eat the outside and throw away the inside.
Oh my gosh. Can you see it's up there, girl? Okay. You see it's written there? I can think of something I throw away the outside and eat the inside. But I'm not sure about the rest of it. Michaela, have you got an idea?
Oh, yes.
Okay, did you hear that one, Steve?
What was it she said?
Okay, maybe you need to come up here because your voice is a bit soft. Come up, Michaela. Okay. Get your face in front of the camera. Okay.
Yeah, what gun?
Huh? Chicken. Chicken.
Oh, a chicken. Why chicken?
Because you skin it and you throw away all the feathers, then you eat the inside.
And you cook the inside. You first cook the inside.
Yeah, and then you eat it, and then you throw away the bones.
The outside, and you throw it. I'll accept that as an answer. Very good. Very good. Although that wasn't the answer I was thinking of, it's definitely a new one. No one's come up with that one. Bit of a smarty pants. Can you think of something else that is less animal and more vegetation?
Tia's got an idea.
It's corn.
Why corn?
Because
Why?
it comes in the green leaves. Then you peel the green leaves, you throw it away. When you cook the actual corn, and you eat the meat off it, then what's left is the cob when you throw away the cob, which is the inside, basically.
Well done. Well done. You guys are quite a brainy bunch. What's going on this week? Did you all have your brainy oats? I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. So now I'm going to give you another one, and then I'm going to give you a calculation one afterwards. This one is, you have to think about it. What is made from nothing, yet you can still see it? What is made from nothing, and yet you can still see it?
Any ideas, girls? Made from nothing. See it.
And you can still see it. I've seen a couple today, in fact. Any ideas?
Anyone got any ideas?
You even have one or two in the classroom.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got some in the class.
Okay, so let's hear it.
Your name?
Now you're going to have to speak for her. What was it?
She said a shadow.
Let's see. Does a shadow, is it made up of nothing? Technically, I suppose it's made up of nothing, and you can see it. I will accept that as an answer. That's yet another answer that I didn't expect today. You guys really are on top form. Can you think of the other thing?
Is it something you can't see it outside? Is it something that's inside?
You could see it outside and you could see it inside. But remember, it's made of nothing.
Yes. Going to look out the window.
You know where I have seen a lot of it? When I play putt-putt.
Oh, there we are. Ariana's got it.
What is it? A hole. And why is it a hole? Because, of course, a hole is made of nothing, yet you can still see it. Well done, well done. Now I think it's time we gave you a calculation one. Okay, I'm going to give you a tough one. Haha. Now, last week, did we do the one with the cracking of the code last week?
Was that the one with the boys' names?
No, the one with the 5-digit number.
No.
You had to work out the 5-digit number.
No.
Okay, cool. I'm going to quickly share my screen with you. Let me open that up. And then I'm just going to quickly go to share screen. Here we go. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Right. Yes, we can.
Okay. So I'm looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-digit number. Here are some of the rules that we know. Number 1, there are no ones or zeros. 2, no repeats. So no digit is repeated. 3, the second digit is twice the first. 4, the third digit is the largest digit. 5, the fifth digit. The fifth digit is equal to the first plus the second. And last but not least, this is an interesting one, the fourth digit is equal to a quarter of digits 1 plus digit 2 plus digit 3 plus digit 4 plus digit 5. So it actually includes digit 4. So the fourth digit included in all of that, if you add it all together and divide it by 4, you'll get the fourth digit. Can you work out this 5-digit number?
Right, get going, girls.
Do you understand the clues?
Yes. Girls, do you understand? Anybody got a method how you're going to solve it? I think I've shown my girls the class before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say it loudly so everyone can hear. Okay. Draw your 5 lines like this, and then you can write all the possibilities underneath.
Good idea.
Right, if you look at number 3, for example, the second is twice as big as the first. What happens if the first number is 9? What would the second number have to be? But can you have 18 as a single digit? So there, straight away, Any number.
So, okay, start from the beginning. Start where you want to start. Imagine this was a code that you have to crack. Remember, there are no ones and no zeros. That should also eliminate a couple of options. Oh, this is not so easy, is it?
Sonali thinks she has the answer. Come up,
Already?
Come up here.
Is it?
Is it how much? 24756.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Well, let's try that. Let's just test that. I'm going to go to the board. Let me quickly write it on the board. Where is my... Let's move this thing out the way. Here we go. So you're saying that the answer is 24756.
Yes.
So let's have a look. Are there any ones or zeros? No. Are there any repeats? No. Is the second double the first? Yes, it is. Is the third the largest digit out of all of them? Yes, it is. If you take the first and the second and you add them together, do you get the fifth? Yes, you do. So far, everything is working. But now we're going to look at rule number 6. Rule number 6 is, if you add all the digits together, so let's go with 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 7 is 18, plus 5 is 18, plus 6 is 24. 24 divided by 4 gives you 6. And you've got a 5 here. So it obviously can't work. Any other suggestions?
No,
You're very close though. Very close.
Right, you've got some.
It's quite simple to know. I got 24977.
Let's just write that down. Okay. You say you got 3, 4.
No, 2.
Oh, sorry.
No, so you get
2, 4.
24976.
976. Okay. So are any of the digits the same? No. Are there any ones or zeros? No. Is the second one twice the first one? Yes. If you add these two together, do you get the fifth one? Yes. Is the third the largest digit? Yes, it is. Comes the hard part. 2 plus 4 gives you 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 and 7 is 22. Plus 6 is 28. 28 divided by 4 gives you 7. Is this digit a 7? And that means you are quite correct. Well done. That was good code cracking. Now, just for the interest's sake, for the other girls, just to show you how I would have tried to solve this, I would have started off and I would have said, well, this can't be, well, let's just say this was a 1. This would have to be a 2. If this was a 2, this would have to be a 4. If this was a 3, this would have to be a 6. If this was a 4, this would have to be an 8. But of course, if this was a 5, this would have to be 10. So we know it can't be that option because 10 is a double-digit number. We know that it can't be 1 because there are no 1s and zeros. So basically, we only have 3 options: 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. But now, if you add 4 and 8 together, you're going to have to put 12 here. So therefore, those two are out. So now all we have is, I'll write it again over here. We've got 2, 4, and we've got 3, 6. So then this would be a 9, and this would be a 4. But straight away, we know it can't be this one, because the rule number 4 says that the third digit over here has to be the largest. That eliminates that option there. So now we know that we've got something starting with a 2, a 4, and then we end with a 6. Now the tricky bit is to get the next 2 digits. And what I realized is that we know that the number, all these digits must add up to a number that is divisible by 4. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Right, look at clue number 6.
Clue number 6 says that if you divide everything by 4, the sum of everything, you're going to get an answer, which is obviously a whole number. So we know that 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 6 is 12. So then this bit over here has to be even. Do you agree? So we can either have, let me write this down, we can either have an odd and an odd to make it even, or we can have an even and an even. We can't have an odd and an even in there to make it even. So now, what are we left with? Well, we've got 5, we've got 7, 9, and then the even ones we've got 8, and that's it. So now, if there's only one even number, we can't have even. That means we're only left with 5, 7, and 9. Does that make sense? So now, 2 of those 3 are going to fit in here. So now we just need to make sure that whatever we add to 12 will become a multiple of 4. So 5 and 7 is 12, and if we add that to 12, we're going to make 24. So it could be 5 and 7, and if we do 16 and 12, that makes 28. That's also a multiple of 4, so that doesn't really help us now. But then it said the largest number needs to be in the middle. So it either is going to be a 7 or a 9. Can you see that? Either going to be the 7 or the 9, because the 5 would then go here. Or if this was the 9, then that could be the 7. So you basically really boil down to only 2 or 3 options. And if you keep playing around with it, eventually you'll realize that this number here, if it was 5, then this whole thing would have to add up to 20. If it was 6, the whole thing would have to add up to 24. And if it was 7, the whole thing would have to add up to 28. And then using a little bit of simple mathematics, you'd realize 2, 4, 9, 7, 6. Do you all understand that?
Yes. Clever, eh?
Was that? And you see, it's not as difficult as you think it is. When you first get it, you think, how are we going to crack this code? But then you realize it's actually quite easy if you try and solve it using a little bit of logic. But now I'm going to give you one that is definitely going to sort you out. Okay. We have, and I'm just going to clear the screen, we have a zoo. And the zoo has got ostriches and zebras. Now, the ostriches and the zebras, what we know is if you count all the animals and all their limbs and all their body parts, we know from our calculation, so make sure that I've got the right numbers, we have got 86 eyes, and we've got 120 legs. I would like to know how many ostriches are there and how many zebras are there. Does that make sense?
Yes, come on. You know, think of a method.
So, is there a method? Well, yeah, there is a method, but how do you approach it? This will come up in the Living Maths Olympiad.
Yeah. Come on, think how many animals you've got.
And I'll give you a hint. How many eyes do you have?
Yes, so how many animals are there? Zebras and ostriches also have 2 eyes. Yeah. No, you can use the Goldilocks method, but there's a simpler one. Remember, we've done a similar one with bicycles and tricycles.
Mm-hmm.
How many legs each animal has to have at a minimum?
This comes up in many shapes and sizes. So far today we've had an excellent connection.
Yes, no, it's been great. Thank
I wonder what was different today.
Now, I tell you, one of the problems last week was the internet service provider had something wrong with their link. So it wasn't anything to do with our IP, it was our ISP that was failing us.
You guys should invest, the school should invest in a 3G card for a cell phone.
Yeah.
With an internet package.
Yeah.
If you get good 3G from there, then you don't have to worry about telephone lines.
Yeah.
Well, when I come and visit, we'll test out different cell phones.
Yeah. Speak to
We'll see how it goes.
I know the money into this, which helps enormously. And of course, it does then our ISP still.
But I mean, at this time of day, there are very few people using your network.
No, it's pretty busy actually in the library.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay, girls, have anyone got a solution? Have you got any idea how you're going to approach this?
I don't know. Like I know like only like a few steps, but I don't know what to do now. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, so
could I suggest something?
Why don't you lead us through a few steps?
Okay. So,
right? Can you come up here, and because otherwise I don't think we'll
Are you going to show us what you've got? Yes. Mhm.
I have so 86 eyes. So 86 divided by 2 is 43. So there can be 43 animals, okay, altogether.
Okay.
And then I said 120 divided by 4, and I got 30. So that's 2 little bit. So I said 120 divided by 2 equals 6. That's all I've got so far.
Okay, so now I'm going to make a suggestion. Have a look at this picture over here. I'm going to draw a bit of a table. Maybe this will help you. Okay, I'm going to go like this.
You have to find out also how many animals altogether.
No, how many of each?
There's ostriches, there's zebras, and then there's the total. If we've got, let's just choose, let's, I don't know, pick a number. We know that in total there have to be how many animals? 43. So let's pick a number of ostriches.
Pick a number, girls. How many ostriches? Pick a number. Doesn't matter if it's wrong. Right? 9. Lucia says 9 ostriches.
9 ostriches. Then if there are 9, that means there must be 30 34 zebras. Do you agree?
Right? Everyone agree?
So that would show that there are 9 ostriches, 34 zebras, and that gives you 43 animals in total, which is what we were looking for. But that doesn't mean we've got the right number of legs. So let's just work out the number of legs in each one. If we had 9 ostriches, how many legs would that be?
How many?
8.
18? Is that what you thought?
Yes, she said 18.
Okay. Wonderful. And if there were 34 zebras, how many legs would that be?
Lousy. But have you got only 2-legged zebras?
136.
136. And now we're going to add that together. What is 136 plus 18? Do you realize that we have too many legs? We need 120. So now how do we reduce the number of legs without losing 43 animals? Any ideas? So my hint is...
You put more ostriches.
But then if we're going to add ostriches, we're going to, then this total over here is going to increase. We don't want to increase this total. There are only 43 animals. You can't change that. But you are right. If we put more ostriches in, that's great. But then we have to take some zebras out, so that we're still always going to have 43. So maybe adjust these two numbers and see what you can find. Does that make a bit more sense?
Right, how are we going, girls? All right, somebody got another suggestion for ostriches?
Okay.
Number of ostriches. Sonali, give us a number of ostriches. Yeah?
20.
Right, Sonali wants 20 ostriches.
Then we have to have 23 zebras, and that makes 43 animals. But now let's work out the legs.
Right.
Over here, we're going to have 40 legs. Do you agree? And over here, we're going to have 92. Is that correct?
Right. How are we going, girls?
And if you add it together, what do you get?
Right. What's 40 and 92?
It's 132. So now, if you've got 132, we're getting closer to 120. We went from 154 down to 132, which means we're getting very close. We need to get 120. So now maybe adjust your numbers a little bit more.
No. Okay, Naomi thinks she's worked it out.
Okay,
Bring it up,
Gary.
Naomi. That?
15 zebras and 30 ostriches. That's what I worked out for the legs.
So let's
Well, okay, so did you hear that? Naomi thinks there's 16 zebras.
16 zebras. I'm just going to clear the screen and do another one. So you say ostriches, zebras total. Okay, ostriches, zebra total. 16 ostriches, yes. How many zebras?
15 zebras and 13 ostriches.
That doesn't make 43 animals.
But that's what I'm...
No, but you know we've got to have 43 animals.
We need to have 43.
Got to have 43 animals. Right, Michaela, what did you say? 30 ostriches and 10 zebras.
33 ostriches and 10 zebras.
30 ostriches. Oh, is that right? 33. Oh, 30 ostriches and 13 zebras.
Okay, so let's do that one. 30 ostriches and 13 makes 43. So far, so good. 30 ostriches will have 60 legs. 13 ostriches will be 52. Is that correct?
Huh? Yeah. Yep. What is that?
And if you add that together? So 120 is only 8 away. Come on. What do you think we need to do?
It's just that you should have zebras, so you'll have zebras because they use more legs and more arms.
So they don't use more arms. The same number of arms.
So if you have different amounts,
Yeah.
so the legs. So what you work out is that zebras is a less amount using more legs. So it has to be a small amount of zebras and a big amount of ostriches.
All right, but look at the last row. Look at what the last one.
Yeah.
Are we short of legs?
So every time you swap a zebra for an ostrich, so in other words, you put a zebra in and you take an ostrich out, you're still going to keep the same number of animals in total, but you're going to gain 2 legs. Every time you take a zebra, you'll have the same number of animals, but you're going to lose 2 legs. And if you need to lose or you need to gain extra legs, decide on what your strategy should be.
Okay, how are we going, girls?
Maybe you should have. In total? It's have 22 ostriches.
All right, there's another suggestion.
Oh, let's hear the suggestion.
22 ostriches, 17 zebras.
17. But that makes 39 animals. Amazing how this type of problem causes so much confusion.
Okay, Naomi?
26 ostriches and 17 zebras.
26 ostriches. And how many zebras?
17.
17. So let's do this. 17 and 26. So, in other words, you've gone the other way around from this one. Is that correct? You had something similar to that. You had 16 and you had 27. Now you've got 26 ostriches. That's 52 legs. And 17 times 4 is?
What's 17 times 4?
68?
Yeah.
And if you add it together, what is 50 plus 60? Plus another 2 and 8, which makes 10. What's 110 plus 10?
110.
Yes, good number.
Well done. There were 26 ostriches and 17. Yeah.
Can I show them another way as well?
Sorry?
Can I show them another method?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, girls, the method we just used, what do we call that method?
Goldilocks method.
The Goldilocks method. Explain why we call it the Goldilocks method.
Because you have to keep trying and trying.
So you see what I say?
I like that.
To make you small, just try. Okay? Let's see if it's important. Yeah, okay. So you have to hold. Okay, so you're going to have to hold the webcam up so Mr. Sherman can see my message. Right, ladies, so I'm going to show you.
So now we're going to see Mrs. G in action. You've disappeared. Ah, you're back again. Okay, now I can see you clearly.
Excuse me.
I'm obviously going to set up the employees. Yeah, it is. I'll ask it up.
Can you hear me? Okay, so if you can hear me, because I can't hear you, maybe your microphone is on mute. I'll give you, because I know we're running out of time for you guys, I'm going to give you one quick brain teaser to think about, and this one will definitely sort you out. I'm going to choose a nice one for you. That's always a good one. Okay, so I'll draw it quickly for those of you who have to leave. Okay, so I'm going to go to share screen. And I'll draw it quickly for you. And let's just clear the board. Don't save. Right. Here's what we know. We know that a melon and a coconut together the coconut and a melon equals R1.19. We know that a melon and a peach is going to be R1.45. And we know that a coconut and a peach is going to cost R1.40. What does the coconut cost? What does the peach cost? And what does the melon cost? Does that make sense?
Those financial statements would be, P&L, everything. Balance sheets, income statements.
Okay, let's test it. So Sonali says that, let's just go to the actual thing, 49 cents for a melon and 70 for the other two. So let's do that. We're going to test it out. She says 49 cents and 70 cents, and if you add that together, you get 1 rand and 19 cents. And she says that the peach also costs, now wait a second, what did the peach cost? She said the peach costs 70 cents. Then if the peach costs 70 cents and the melon costs 49 cents, then it can't cost 1 rand 45. Okay, let's see what Mbali's numbers have to say. Oops. Am I muted or unmuted? Let's just quickly go and write it over here. So she said that the coconuts was 57. She said that the peach was 83 and the melon cost 62. So of course, if we add 62 and we add that to 57, we get 1 rand 19. And if we take 62 and we add it to 83, we get 1 rand 45. And if we take 57 and 62, 50 and 83, we get 1 rand 40. Therefore, that is absolutely correct. Well done, well done. You guys are on top form. Okay, so you guys have to go. It was lovely to meet you all. And then, oh, you can hear me. Okay, great, because I can't hear you guys. But it was lovely to see you. And have a wonderful week. And then, Sally, we'll chat. I'll send you an email tonight about possible options. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
No, that's not work. See, I like to get to kind of what you're thinking about is work is prep.